Now I'm going to introduce you to my colleague, Dietmar Fauser. Dietmar is our Chief Information Officer, and he will be taking us through the latest major tech trends.
I really like it. Don't see any deeper messages in this music. We just like it. So, hello everyone. Let me start the day by sharing some thoughts on technology and how we think this might impact on what we are doing, short, mid, and longer term. So, if we look at the tech landscape, we see a fundamental acceleration of innovation and investments, which is amazing because so much money has gone in cloud environments, but now what we currently see in investment in AI is just mind-boggling, which announces a real deep change in virtually everything. So we were talking about AI for the last 40 years at least, and so I had lectures in college a long while ago on neural networks. We were talking about the winter of AI. And now with massive, relatively cheap parallel computation, it's just taking off at a speed that I think nobody has really foreseen. Quantum computing is coming. It is hitting gradually mainstream. I think there are still a lot of things to work out on how this will be used, but I come to this a little bit more. And as usual, it creates big opportunities, but it also creates risks and obviously first-mover opportunities. So let's have a brief look at quantum computing, at least how I see it or how we try to classify the big trends. Of course, quantum processors, there are massive investments. If you follow this, there is every month research articles on material research, less extreme cooling needed, much bigger qubit registers. So it's coming, and what we see is quantum computing as a service. For most companies, I mean, building or running quantum computers is not an option, but you can rent them as we speak. You can rent from IBM or others computational time if you have the right applications for this. There is quantum optical networks. This is emerging from fundamental research into applied research as we speak. So we see metropolitan area network reaches like 30 miles distance of entangled quantum states. This has the potential of totally disrupting security and the way key management systems are done over the internet. So for those of you who are interested, keep an eye on this. It's progressing fast, but there is a long way to go, but a massively deep disruption coming. And all of this leads to what we call post-quantum cryptography. So this is not really quantum computing, but it's a protection against the upcoming quantum computers. So let's have a brief look into this. Quantum computing is very good at some applications that are close to cryptography, like large integer factorization, for example. So we expect quantum computers in the near future to break some of the existing crypto models, especially with asymmetrical key exchanges. Quantum-safe algorithms has been down-selected by NIST, the National Institute of Standards. That hasn't been dodged yet, so we will see how this goes. But we have a handful of algorithms that are currently deemed as post-quantum safe. Many systems use weak ciphers also for the data content. This is not the case of Symphony. All data is protected by algorithms that are fully quantum-safe, symmetrical key exchanges. And I'm really proud to announce that we have worked last year on integrating PQC algorithms into the Symphony crypto framework. So we are ready to deploy this. The question will be how and when, for whom we deploy it. There are still some discussions on the safety of these algorithms. I had an interesting discussion this morning. We can roll this out in a hybrid way, so mixing existing algorithms with PQC-safe algorithms. So an interesting development, and I think we are decently ready to take this and protect our data. So let me briefly remind the Symphony crypto model altogether. So all data that is floating through Symphony on all endpoints, UIs, APIs, bots, is fully end-to-end encrypted. So we distribute the keys in a post-quantum safe way to the endpoint so that then those keys can be used for the data encryption. Each Symphony room in the chat environment is a local crypto space, so we don't use one master key for protecting or encrypting all of the data. It's very fine-grained. So even if we don't expect any breaches, but should there be some failures, there is a very high degree of locality. And of course, key ownership, key lifecycle, key revocations, key rotations, everything that is linked to the lifecycle of the key management is controlled by our customers and is exercised on a regular basis, which I think is very important. But Symphony is much more than a chat platform. We consider Symphony really as a communication infrastructure. As I just said, it is highly protected. It can be used to exchange data between different organizations. We have thousands of bots running over Symphony. Symphony is embedded in existing applications, platforms like DTCC or CME. And as I mentioned, everything is fully protected by advanced cryptographic models. And Symphony has been built from the very beginning on for the regulated markets. So, of course, there are all of the admin, the data compliancy features are available. And the last thing, I'm very proud to announce this, is something we call confidential cloud. Symphony is deploying on-prem environments for data-critical operations, which is causing cost, relatively complex deployment models, tedious to roll out security patches in a quick and agile way. So we have implemented what we call confidential cloud, which is a very modern proposition to use hardware-supported encryption on the cloud, TEE, so trusted execution environments. Symphony is operating it, but the data spaces are fully owned by our customers, not accessible by Symphony. It's a super modern way to replace cumbersome on-prem to the cloud, and of course to run modern, advanced algorithms, applications, AI, whatever we deem to do with the data without us seeing it. So it's kind of squaring the cycle. And it's obviously fully compliant with what I said in the beginning, post-quantum encryption, end-to-end encrypted environments. And you're going to see this a bit live today. And with this, I'm handing over to Mike Lynch, my colleague.
This isn't my first Innovate, and every year I hold out some hope that I'll at least seem like one of the smartest people on stage. And then they put me after Dietmar this time, so that bubble's already burst, unfortunately. Good afternoon, London. You heard Dietmar talking about the macro forces impacting all of us today: quantum computing, cybersecurity, and of course AI. Symphony's product vision is a function of those forces, as well as our own technological point of view, and then most importantly, the challenges and opportunities of our customers. And we're really focused on delivering the solutions for tomorrow's market today. Last year, we updated how we talk about Symphony. We reoriented the company around 4 interconnected platforms: messaging, voice, directory, and analytics. All of these are underpinned by our unwavering focus on seamless interoperability, as well as customer-empowered security. This change in the way we talk about Symphony better reflects not only our diversity, but our increasing sophistication of our solutions. So let's start with our messaging platform. Our messaging platform has evolved leaps and bounds. We are now connecting firms securely across firms, between channels, and through highly orchestrated market workflows. Our Federation product is unlocking compliant connectivity for our users on WhatsApp, WeChat, Line, and increasingly SMS as well as mobile voice. But more importantly, that is also changing the way our customers do business. Since our last Innovate 2 years ago here in London, our messaging volume on our Federation platform has grown 283% globally. And we've achieved that growth without sacrificing security or operational resilience. There's been a lot of news in this space around Signalgate in the last couple of weeks, and it further validates our approach of only delivering our Federation product via approved mechanisms and understood interoperability with these consumer messaging apps. We're not creating unsanctioned or quote-unquote cloned versions of these products. Today, you're going to hear from Wells Fargo, Bank of America, as well as HSBC about how they use our product to marry compliance, security, and client engagement. Symphony is also powering more and more customer market workflows with our embedded mode. Last year, we launched our partnership with DTCC, where we are helping buy-side and sell-side come together to settle trades faster in a T+1 environment in the US. Obviously, a huge focus in Europe right now as we rush towards October 27. Today, you're going to hear Broadridge talk about another innovation helping operations teams to use Symphony to move faster. NatWest Markets, one of our first embedded mode customers, is going to get back up on stage when they were here in London a couple of years ago to talk about the results that they've seen from our partnership and how they've helped it drive their client engagement strategy. And we're going to demo the latest evolution of our Microsoft Teams integration, helping our customers use what Symphony does best in even a more flexible way than they've done before. And as Dietmar mentioned, we'll talk about confidential cloud, our cutting-edge approach to cloud security that marries security and encryption with the new frontier of AI for our customers. Our voice platform, anchored by Cloud9, has changed the trader voice landscape for good. More and more firms are realizing that days of on-prem infrastructure and private wires are behind us, and they're embracing the only modern by-design solution in the market. Today, we're going to push that even further, and we're going to introduce our new Cloud9 mobile application. What that does is it allows our customers who are, when they're off the desk, whether they're at lunch, on their commute in, to still access the voice flow that's going on. And in this day when news can move the market in an instant, that connectivity is as critical as ever. Now, Cloud9 continues to grow. We're well past 15,000 users now on the product, and firms are continuing to realize that it's not just a trader voice upgrade, it's a business transformation platform, taking AI-infused cloud collaboration and cloud connectivity to the next level. Our directory platform underpins everything that we do at Symphony. It unlocks secure connectivity between users and across firms. Last year, again, we talked about how the directory has been integrated into the operations workflows, helping firms find each other faster as they resolve trades in T+1 world. Today, we're going to unveil an integration of our directory platform embedded in Cloud9, unlocking user-to-user connectivity in the trader voice market for the first time. This is not a concept that could be even foreseeable if you're using a legacy trader voice platform, because every new user-to-user connection would mean yet another check that you're writing to your technology provider. Lastly, our analytics platform continues to harness the latest in the world of AI, and you'll see AI in everything that we do today. We're more deeply integrating our analytics capabilities across the Symphony product suite, helping turn the unstructured data of financial markets into business-driving intelligence and workflow. You're going to see it in voice analytics. Last year, we showed you our voice analytics in the administrative portal for Cloud9. Today, we're going to show it integrated into the new mobile app. You're going to see how you can harness agentic AI to drive engagement with your customers on WhatsApp, combining AI and client connectivity. And you're going to see how a large language model can extract business-informing intelligence on the fly from those same conversations to help you continuously improve your engagement model. All of this, of course, without sacrificing security or data control. So, to the agenda. We've divided today's into 3 general segments: workflow, insights, and connectivity. In the first set of workflow demos, you'll see Symphony and our customers and our partners talking about how they're using interoperability to make markets more efficient. In insights, we're going to switch the focus to data, talking about how we're going to highlight conversations and demos, unlocking new ways of doing business by leveraging the latest in AI. And then, of course, our connectivity section is going to bring those together, showcasing how client engagement is changing with AI, interop, and security. And that could be a private wealth advisor engaging with their customer, an insurance broker talking to their customer, or 2 operations teams working together to resolve a mismatched trade. We'll, of course, showcase new products from Team Symphony, plus as well as the hard work of our customers and partners with the products they've delivered to accomplish their business goals. Now, if anyone here is like me and dreamed of being a little kid up on the financial technology stage, we know how hard it is to get approval at a financial firm to speak publicly. It's lots of red tape. And I just want to say a huge thank you to our customers who got up here to brave that process. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was probably harder than integrating with our APIs is to get that approval. So we appreciate you and we appreciate that. So it's a jam-packed day of live demos. Again, everything you're going to see is live today. It's a representation of the hard work of the Symphony team around the world.